What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of On the Couch with Max Power. As you can see, I'm Max Power. Wait, I'm Max Power, and as you can see,
still red.
It's still red.
Yeah.
At least you only have two lines. You're Billy Gunning on Road Dogg. I gotta say the long spiel.
Nobody got that reference.
Probably not, but I did, and you did. And if you're not down with that, that's what you should have said. If you're not down with that, I got two words for you.
Movie review.
Movie review.
What are we doing here? What are Paisley and I doing here?
Well, we just watched a movie from the picture. It was Too Fast and Slightly Furious.
Slightly more furious?
Slightly more furious than the first one. Yes.
Now it's 20% more furious.
Yes, it is another episode of My Virgin Eyes. We pick a movie out of the picture. Either one of us haven't seen or both haven't seen. We watch movies, so we picked Too Fast, Too Furious. Yep. I have never seen it.
I was raised on it.
as a car guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a nerd. Yeah.
I was elected to lead, not to read.
Get it? That's the joke. You get all that out.
No, never. Simpsons people will know.
Too Fast, Too Furious. The credits start rolling. What's the first thought that pops in your head?
Oh man, I liked it. It's good.
Yeah.
I was probably just gonna say like Eva Mendes. Eva Mendes. Yeah. No, I like this one. If you guys watched the last episode, we did with when it was the Fast and the Furious Part 1, I was saying how it's like I actually really liked it. Like I've never seen those movies. I'm not a car person, so it's not something I get into. And obviously those movies were like hyped, and like to go from watching the trailers from the first one, all the way up to this one where it's like The Rock holding a helicopter and all this stupid shit.
Yeah,
kind of out there. If you're not part of it, you don't understand it. Yeah. And now I'm getting it where I'm like, oh, okay, like the progression.
So I can see how eventually there's a rocket on a Fiero.
Yeah. Because each movie was getting more and more. I've only seen two, but the past two have been good. So I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. I guess it's kind of like it was like I'm guessing because everyone says that it doesn't really count, but it's kind of like a standalone sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where it's like, it's a progression of what happened from the first movie, but you're never going to see these characters ever again.
Well, for a while.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Like you're not like it's not something like the next one will be the same people kind of thing going forward.
This one had the benefit of the sequel in the storyline, in the timeline of the Fast Furious story.
Yeah.
It wasn't so far ahead that you needed so much info dump to catch anybody up. So like a casual could realize, oh, this guy used to be a cop. Yeah. He got busted. And so
I'm guessing it was like in a year span, right?
Yeah. So
it's because in those movies, whenever it's like you have to explain, so the first 45 minutes of the movie is them explaining what's happened. I'm not for that. I liked it where it's just like it's just like a year later, and he's moved to Miami. So that's cool. I get that. That's cool. I'd be down with that.
You're in a street race and all of a sudden you see a bridge raise. Are you going to make that jump?
I'm not going to be street racing.
Way to play the game.
I'd be like, oh, jeez. My blinkers on and stuff. No, I would not make the shot. Okay. If it was like just starting, maybe. But that thing was up high. That thing was up real high, man. No, I would not. Would you? If you had the nows?
Oh,
you had a couple of nows.
You know what? If I was in second place or in first place, I'd do it. There's four people in that opening race, and they're like fighting for third. I was like, third ain't gonna get you to the pay window.
Does second get you to the pay window?
No. If you're not first, you're last. So
if you're in second place, if you're in first place, you're dumping it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Even though he made
even though it'll probably cost just as much to fix.
Yeah. But then you would have the cool factor.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yo, you're the guy that jumped the bridge and won the race.
Yeah.
Because he only made 30,000 on that race, and I know that car was.
It wasn't 30,000.
It was.
The race was for 3,500 per person.
Oh, so it was per person.
Yeah, so everybody in that race lost 3,500 except Paul Walker.
Yeah.
So he made
Brian O'Connor.
Yeah, Brian O'Connor. So he made over 10 grand, and he gave the dude Ludacris like $1,000 for hosting the race or inviting him or whatever.
Yeah, and let him crash his house.
Yeah, 10 grand. Would you jump the bridge for 10 grand?
Well, I don't know. I don't know car. Like I couldn't because I don't know how much a car part would cost. Am I spending 10 grand?
2003. Cars are made of like pixie dust and plastic and cardboard. You would have been fine. Oh man! So, is this your favorite Eva Mendes movie?
Mm-mm.
Did she get nakeder in another movie?
Yeah, she's in a bikini in another one.
Stuck on You.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man! If y'all don't know,
you should watch Stuck on You. It's pretty funny. It's got Matt Damon.
So fill us in on the plot of the movie.
All right, so it's like a year after the first movie. Brian O'Connor has moved to Miami, and he's just street racing. He's trying to lay low. He's not a cop anymore.
Yeah,
he's got nothing because he's kind of on the run, right? That's what he's on the run because of what happened in the first movie.
Yeah,
which we're going to spend the next 45 minutes explaining what happened in the first movie.
Not necessarily.
I'm just kidding. I was just asking.
Well, technically, if you are lucky enough to find a Blu-ray or a DVD of the original release, it came with like an epilogue. So it was like a little 5-minute video of Brian O'Connor driving from LA to Miami, doing street races all in between.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Was it like a comic book? Like animated?
No, it was actually like CGI. They didn't show a lot of him. They didn't show a lot of the races, like actual races. Okay. But it just has this like.
Did they go to Houston? Where'd they go?
I would have to go back and watch because I haven't seen that movie. So I'm used to watching everything on iTunes, and iTunes doesn't like that version doesn't have all that. But it was on the DVDs. But it like filled you in like 30 seconds or 45 seconds instead of 45 minutes in a movie or other things like that. So yeah, he's on the run, gets his race, and he gets busted. Then what?
And then they have to bait him in to become an undercover cop again because he's the best man for the job because it's about racing or something, you know. So I'm just like drawing a blank just now. I was trying to think of his name, but he was Dexter's dad was the cop, like the Miami cop.
Oh yeah.
And so they put him undercover, and he says he needs a partner who can drive, and then the guy's like, well, you got this guy, and it's like some idiot, and he's like
some rookie on the floor.
It's something on the cup, like it was
Gallows,
like, it was Gallows, yeah, Gallows. He's like, how much is it for a Gallows part, blah 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 blah, and the guy's like 3,500 or some shit, whatever, and then he's like, Gallows is the name of the cup, and he's like, fuck you. He's like, you better get somebody who's better, and then he's like, I know somebody, and then it turns out to be what's his name? Tyrese.
Yeah.
And Tyrese is a badass and they have this stupid fight where they're just kind of like, it's like kids fighting in the yard, and the older cop just sits down and watches, you guys are done. And they're just like rolling around and not really punching each other, but trying to punch each other. Like, I'm going to hit you, but you're just like rolling around. And so he's like, if you come and help us, you get, where are you going to go? What are you doing? Jesus.
Godzilla.
Yeah, so then Tyrese joins the crew, and then they go and they meet Eva Mendes, who is undercover as well, who she's already infiltrated the mob boss. Yeah, the mob boss. And so they do this drive with a bunch of other cars, which I thought was weird, but to find a package.
To earn a job.
To get to find the package, to bring it back, to earn a job, and it was all just I don't understand why they set it up like that. The package was just a cigar, and he was just like, whatever. Then what happens?
They get details of what they're gonna do. They're supposed to smuggle a whole bunch of money.
I don't know about the money.
Yeah, and they go to the club, which this is one. Now that I've watched this movie, like actually paying attention to it, there's one part that kind of irked me. So they earned this window so that they can escape with the money. So there's an undercover female cop that is seducing a cop from the officer from the Miami Police Department.
Yeah,
and they they threatened him by getting a rat in a tin bucket.
Yeah,
and putting the rat on the dude's belly and covering it with the bucket and using a light blowtorch to heat the bucket so that because the rat eventually will just start.
Gotta call his way out somehow.
Yeah, get out somehow. And then the dude threatened his family. Is like, why do you care about your family? You about to cheat on them with this fucking undercover hoe, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, who cares? He's not
gonna care.
Yeah, he's not gonna care. He's like, oh my god, I'm a widow. Let me go bang whatever I want. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it would be the kids, maybe more so the kids.
You could make more.
You
have fun trying.
You got a point there.
And so they earned this window. Throughout this movie, they're trying to become friends again, and realizing that part of the reason and how they tie in part one is part of the reason that that he let Dominic Toretto go in part one is because he felt guilty
for what he did
for what happened to him.
Yeah.
Your friend never didn't the Paul Walker's character didn't ever arrest him. He didn't know what was going on. But the fact that he was a cop at the time that his best friend was getting arrested by cops, Tyrese just saw him as the enemy.
Yeah.
For all those years until just towards the end of the movie when they
finally started realizing.
Yeah. What's your favorite car?
Paul Walker's, Brian O'Connor's car, the orange one,
the Eva.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 4-door.
Not the roof, not the sunroof, what is it called?
Oh, the
convertible.
Eclipse?
Yeah, the convertible
the
thing.
Spider.
That was nasty. I don't understand a sports car that's a convertible. I don't get that. I guess you want to, but I don't know. It just makes sense.
It doesn't make sense whatsoever. I can go into a nice 5-minute diatribe, but I would digress.
Yeah.
I'm always going to be a fan of that Camaro.
Which one is Camaro?
The blue one, the old one, the hot rod.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That one. Yes, that one. I was just thinking about the only difference. There are two fast ones, but yeah, the Camaro for sure.
That Yenko. Yeah.
I don't know. I like seeing Camaros, but I don't know anything about cars really. But I like a fucking Camaro. It's fucking cool. I guess because all those movies. Remember the Punisher movie? The first one. I don't think it was a Camaro, but that car that he drove.
But it looked Boss's flat black. Double flat black. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to watch that movie now. Hell yeah. That's a good movie. John Travolta.
You know, if we were to do a survey on the most underrated Marvel movies, I think that first Punisher is up there because it's really good for what it is. That's just a standalone.
Yeah.
I didn't even think. You know what? To be honest, if you want to put this in the bucket, I've never seen Warzone.
What?
The second movie that they completely switched out the dude for another actor.
Warzone's good. I think I have it.
Is it as good as?
It's different. It has more of a.
It looks like there's a lot more grit to it.
It has more of a Sin City vibe, gritty. Yeah, it's way more gritty.
Interesting.
I like the first one better though.
I have nothing to compare it to, but I love the first one. First one's really good.
And obviously the TV show's good.
Yeah.
Whatever the Netflix show.
Talk about car movies, you're gonna get detours a lot. So they do the job.
Oh, why did it get all blurry? Whoa.
The camera's probably focusing because you're moving around.
Oh my bad. Come on, Paisy. What happened? Where were we at?
So we're at the job. They realize that they're gonna get killed, but they do the job anyway because they have a plan.
Yeah. So the cop that was supposed to be helping the bad guys, he calls for the chase to happen.
Yeah.
So he's he wasn't gonna do it, but then he did it.
He thought about it after 10 seconds. That was
they showed all these different people, and so now all the cops and pretty much all the cops in Miami are chasing after the two main characters.
Yeah. In the cars that were provided by the police.
Yes, that have tracking and GPS and all that stuff. And so they have this airstrip that they've got all these warehouses, And Ludacris's character, which I don't know his name because he's just Luda every time I see him.
He did that every 10 minutes watching that movie.
When he was out. Every time he showed up, I was like, Luda!
I actually forget his character's name. Can't tell. I forgot a lot of characters.
Yeah. So they get all the cars in Miami that are nice, pretty much. And they all go in this giant airstrip warehouse, which there was way too many cars to be able to fit in that. That thing was massive. Yeah. They're probably just on the other side just driving. Anyway, so they go pull into the garage, close the door, and then all the cops surround it. All the cops are everywhere. And then, do the classic gun because that's going to stop a car. Yeah. They open up all the shutters, and it's just all of these cars, just hundreds of cars just flying, driving, all different kinds.
Trucks ran the cops out of the way.
Yeah, out of the way.
And then all the sports cars that would race, they all made a scramble and deflect the cops.
And then the two cars that were provided by the police are seen driving away. So the helicopters and all the cops turn and they start following these two, the cars, and it turns out to be two of the friends and the two main characters, Brian and
Roman.
Yeah. Roman. Just Roman. Yeah. They have these two other cars and they're driving away. Yeah. I like that scene. I thought it was pretty cool. I kind of figured how I was going to do it, but I didn't think it was going to be as much, I thought
there were a lot of fucking cars.
I straight up thought it was just going to be like a couple of cars, like the two other people. I knew they were going to help out, but I thought it was just going to be like those two cars just keep going. And then, but I didn't expect to be like
the whole
every
group.
Single car in the past two movies together, which I thought was cool. And I was just like, man, there's a lot of cars. And then like it was cool with the battle, almost like the battling rams on the trucks.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
So they get rid of the dead weight. What'd you think of them getting rid of the dead weight?
So when they're setting the cars up, they ask the guys like, "Can I get more nos?" And they're like, "Why? You can only use so much nos."
He did that a lot in the movie too.
And so they do ejector seats. And when he was saying it, I got an idea. I was like, I really hope there's gonna be ejector seats because that would be fucking hilarious if they just go. But I was expecting to go up,
like
real ones, yeah. And I was like, man,
real ones.
And so I was like, they're gonna do it. I was like, they better do an ejector seat. And so to get rid of the dead weight, he's driving, and then he's like, I got rid of some dead weight. And he pushes the button, and it blows the door open. And then he pushes another button, and he just gets ejected out, which I thought was hilarious. And then Brian tries to do the same thing, and it doesn't work. And then they just get into a little fisticuffs.
You had it, and then you lost it.
What?
So it's not that Brian's didn't work. Before he was about to push the button, his co-pilot was like, hey, pull over at Tarpon Point. And I was like, well, there's no airstrip in Tarpon Point. It's like, who the fuck told you anything about an airstrip? So that's when all the pieces were starting to fall into place.
That's right, yes.
That the Kingpin knew that the chick was an insider and took her to the boat. They got all the money from Brian's car, and they told his hitman, like, go out there, park the car, finish him off. And that's when the fight started happening. After Tyrese came from behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought it was weird that probably the dumbest part, not dumbest, but like was them jumping on the boat in the car.
Oh, of course. That's like 80s Dukes of Hazzard shit, but it's not believable. And the CGI at that scene was ugly.
Yeah.
Ugly.
And then within a second, they were already like so far away in the water. Like they were so close.
Yeah.
You think they were so close to the edge. And also next scene, they're just fucking all the way down there. I was like, oh, come on. And he's about to shoot them. And I actually thought when he shot the shotgun, I thought he hit Roman because I was like, well, I was like, I've never seen that dude in any of the trailers again. So there's no way he's done that show. So he's like, he's got to die because they're not going to kill Eva Mendes. And then, so I was like, oh man, they're going to get fucking Roman. And, yeah. So I wasn't expecting. I was expecting him
to live.
No, I was expecting him to die. So then, Eva Mendes' character comes up from behind and shoots him. Right?
She grabs the gun that was on the floor that he was going to get, and holds him off. That was it. Yeah.
And then he gets arrested.
He ain't getting out, is he?
Oh, that was good.
Fucking joke.
Roman characters. Yeah,
Roman's talking a lot of trash to the kingpin that they arrested. And then Brian's like, you'll probably be out in like 5 or 6 years. Then he gets all scared. You think he'll get out? Yeah.
And this part I didn't get, right? So there was 6 bags of money, right? Right?
There were 8 bags of money. One trunk had 4, the other trunk had 4.
Okay. But then they said there was only 6, right?
That's true. There might have been, my count might be off.
Because like pretty much they were the cop was going to give them a bag of money each. Is what they're hinting at.
I'll need to rewatch that part.
And then like somehow it comes up and he's like, was it 6 bags?
Well, because they hadn't checked the other car. The other car was wrecked.
Yeah,
so
but I think they got. I think they got one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they pretty much were like kind of on cahoots where it's like we had this many bags, right? Kind of like right, like winking, and then like Roman's like yeah, and then like they take one bag. I think. Like they take all the bags, but like they know that Paul Walker's character has a bag.
Huh.
That's what I got from it.
Oh my god, I need to rewatch that part.
Yeah. I think that's kind of what I got from it. And then they're walking, and then Paul Walker's like,
shop.
Yeah, I have a bag or a couple bags.
And Tyrese
lifts up and he's like, I got mine too, and he's just doped out and just stacks everywhere. And then that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Eva Mendes and Paul Walker have a little like kind of shooting like kind of thing, and then nothing ever happens.
Do that to the camera.
Is that what I did? Yeah. And that's the end of the movie.
That's the end of the movie. Overall,
I give it an 8.
You gave the first one a 9, right? Or 9.5?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I gave it a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I give it an 8.
Okay.
What about you?
If I gave the first one a 10, I'm giving this one probably an 8.5 or a 9.
It's good
because it's a good standalone. Like you technically you don't need the first movie. The only problem is the first movie's like in folklore with car kids as this is how I ended up in street racing.
Yeah.
So
so I do have a question about the series. So the first one, it was obviously a lower budget, so the car scenes were like actual car scenes but in this one they had a lot of CGI cars and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I know it gets crazier. The movies get crazier, but like, is the third one like that with like more CGI cars than actual cars?
In a couple of scenes. I'm not gonna give too much away, but the third one is where they're in Japan, and so is
that Tokyo Drift?
Yeah, Tokyo Drift is the third one. So there's a scene that because Japan's mountains everywhere, so there's a mountain race in there. And a lot of that's CGI because some of that stunt work is crazy. There's certain stunt drivers that won't do it because those roads in Japan are like unforgiving.
Okay, all right. That's what I just wanted because like I thought this movie had a little bit too much CGI.
There's a lot more cars in this one, like that. like the little meetup in the second movie where everybody started racing. Like it was a lot of people, but not a lot of cars. I'm sure we picked up on that. The third one. There's some crazy shit out there, dude.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
All right. Well, I'll wait and see how that is. I'm excited to see the third one actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm into it.
So far, we have the same opinion on as we go on the sequels that we want to keep going. We want to keep going. Paisley. Shh. Sit there.
On that note, since my dog has been hyper.
I get to pick what's next. Not really moving anything, though. I'm just jumping in place.
That's what she said.
Not lately.
Not lately. All right. So if you guys are new, some of the movies in here are Back to the Future,
Jurassic Park,
Mortal
Kombat.
Oh yeah.
We need to add Rush Hour.
Rush Hour. Never seen Rush Hour. I've seen parts of them. Bourne Supremacy is going to go in here.
The Bourne franchise.
So we pick them out, we watch them, and then the sequel we put back in here. So we've already done Harry Potter. We're going to do Harry Potter 2. That's just a one-off, right?
That's a one-off. Yeah.
What of them?
So we can do Superman 3. We can do Tokyo Drift. We could do. Oh, did we retire Conan? Yeah, we retired Conan.
It's still in here. So we're gonna pull it out one more time.
We're gonna pull it out. Yeah. Oh, because
there's only 3.
We're gonna watch. You still want to watch the one with fucking what's his face?
Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
There's only 3 movies, so we may as well just leave it in there.
Yeah. So the third movie in the Conan franchise. There's a lot of stuff in there. Mostly for me because I was sheltered as a kid.
Yes.
But not now.
Nope. He's breaking the chains. So next week we're gonna review.
All right, I remember pieces of this, but I haven't seen I don't remember the movies as a whole.
You're not gonna be able to read it.
You're not gonna be able to read it, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway. Yeah, so that you know it exists. What is on that sheet?
Indiana Jones. All right.
Yes.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. This is gonna be fun.
They just announced that they're gonna have Indiana Jones game. Like an Uncharted version, where it's gonna be all over there. Dang, Indiana Jones, hell yeah! All right, I've seen the movie. I know I know all the movies. I have no idea what this movie is about.
Does this one have the scene where the Simpsons covered where Homer's rolling down the stairs and Bart's escaping? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the second one.
The gold trophy.
I think it's the second one.
Oh, I think. Fuck this movie.
I can't remember. Like all these movies have blended in together.
Really?
Yeah, but so it could be the first one or the second one.
Okay.
But it's an awesome movie for sure.
I'm excited.
Well, cool. So Chris is still not drinking.
However, I thought I would represent today. Oh yeah. Oh. Paisley's blocking the shot. I'm wearing the Chicago shirt. This is from Revolution Brewery. Went there in August. One of the few places that were open during COVID.
Hell yeah.
And so picked up a couple of these.
Basically, chill. Chill, girl, chill.
I had a flight there. Out of all 6 beers, 3 of them were the heroes, the anti-hero and the other hero, the golden hero, whatever. All the brews were fucking good, man.
Yeah.
If I go back to Chicago, that's definitely a spot I'm hitting up again.
Hell yeah.
Revolution.
All right.
That was good.
Yeah. So
you're drinking?
He's still not drinking because it's dry January or whatever. I got odd size Citra Pale Ale. It's pretty good. It is. I don't know what the percentage is. I can't read it. There's no percentage on here. Paisley, chill out. Jesus.
Sounds like you got the flu.
You were fine before you came in here. It's 5%. So next week we will be doing
Indiana Jones.
I was like, I already forgot.
If you would have said another movie, I would have just said, yep.
Yes, yep. No, Indiana Jones is cool. And it's got my man Sean Connery in it.
All right.
Yes, Sean Connery.
This is naughty.
This is a bit naughty. All right, on
that's our sign off.
Yeah, I still don't have a sign off. So
until the last episode, right?
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna cheers since you don't have anything.
I've only got 2.5 more weeks. Yeah, 2.5 more weeks. So the first weekend in February, we have to go to Towner Brewery, especially if Martin House is open.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like this. All right. On that
we'll take the couch on the road. We'll bring some cushions. We'll bring a few cushions.
We'll just call ahead, like Motel 6. Do you have a red couch in your rooms? You know, sometimes they have couches on there. They're kind of cool. All right. Let's get out of here. That's a bit naughty.